Yo, what's up, guys? Tomatoes. Throwing tomatoes. But there's one guy that literally does not understand what the tomato is about because he threw at me, what is it? A banana. He threw at me a, what do you call this in English? Oh my god. What do you call that in English? A pineapple. Strawberry. He threw cherries. He threw watermelons. He threw apples, green apples, red apples. He threw strawberries. He threw grapes. He threw, I don't know what that is, a kiwi, and then a tomato. And he said, you can have one until Buga comes in. He's so nice. So, hello guys. How's everybody doing, huh? How's everybody doing? For me, that game honestly was like, it was good. It was good because I just feel that Barcelona against Huesca, Barcelona against these teams, they almost kind of always promise a game that it's kind of underwhelming. That is something that always happens. But thankfully now against Huesca, we didn't see that, right? We saw at least some good golazos in the way. And then this is Mateo Tolumi just saying, he sent me the peach emoji. Which, sure, I deserve that. But I don't deserve that in emoji form. I deserve that in real life. Just so you know. Okay. Ismael Fon just saying, read this, Alaba Garcia. Okay, he's just basically giving us our team. His team of Barcelona. I quickly skimming through. I kind of agree with most of it. I do agree with most of it. Can somebody stop spamming on that? Because I already read that. It's just your team, dude. But anyhow. I'm very proud of the team, honestly, because we are continuously improving. And in all due respect, with the 4-3-3, we all love the 4-3-3. But what you call it? The back three. That back three, it's showing up to be one of the best formations I've seen in a while, making Barcelona play like they should, where they should be, honestly. We are looking fresh. As soon as the moment came where Koeman shifted formations back to the 4-3-3, we looked sloppy again, and it was very easy for Huesca to gain up ground. And that is something that I just feel that the back three give us this sort of solidity between Lenglet, Araujo, Mingueza, whoever is there in the back three, and certainly the wingers. I think the wingers, I call them wingers, but they're basically like the fullbacks in Dest and Alba. They're just so efficient. So indeed, I for me, they're the best thing that could happen for Barcelona right now. And I would stick with the 3-5-2. I think that is the best formation for us right now. And it's not really a 3-5-2. I will call it more of a 3-4-1-2, where there's one extra player between the midfield and the two up top, which in this game, most of the 90 minutes was Antoine Griezmann. And Antoine Griezmann in that formation, I saw, I don't know if you are here, but on Twitter, there's this guy called Cart FCB, which follows me, and he said that is one of the best formations, or one of the best positions he's seen so far of Griezmann so far. And I do tend to agree with that, because I do feel that Griezmann finds very good pockets of space there, and he's able to create his game without not really stepping over Messi a lot. So that for me is a very big positive of it. He's being able to shoot like we saw from today outside the box, bang, top left corner, very same sort of kind of injecting himself with the inner Messi energy. That goal had Messi energy written all over it, and that is perfect. But anyhow, thank you very much. Our super chat from Tarek Yunis now. It now seems almost kind of like a regular, isn't it? Tarek, thank you. And you say, Vamos, very happy we won this game. We're only 4 points away from Atletico. It sucks that we have to play catch up. We still have a chance. It wasn't the best performance, however, we still did the job. Messi, the GOAT, no question. Indeed. Luis Ramirez saying, where are you from? I'm from Peru, in South America. Alkis Panagopoulos saying the penalty wasn't a penalty. The ball was out when Mir fell. I have to agree with that. The penalty is one of the most stupid ass things I have seen in a very long time. The penalty against Lenglet was a stretch, was really dumb. But this one is so dumb, because you see Ter Stegen almost kind of curling his fingers like this to avoid contact with Rafa Mir. And the lad just literally jumps up in the air to simulate that he has been hit with tremendous force to the point where he's falling down. And that is dumb. That is stupid. That makes absolutely zero sense. And I do not get why we're not getting better referees here. I do not get how come we are still not having a right implementation of VAR. There's no a single coherent way in which this tool is being utilized. And that for me is the biggest problem, because every single time it seems that VAR, it's kind of involved in a penalty call. And the time it isn't involved, you're like, well, the fuck is VAR, right? And the thing is that the rule is that if the referee believes that is a penalty, like a stonewall penalty, then there is no VAR involved. And that's a problem, because the referees are going to commit mistakes, and VAR has been brought in to get rid of those mistakes, or at least try to be able to reduce the numbers of them. So the rule should be that VAR should be present in every single call. That is I do not get, like, this is the thing, guys. I'm going to say it like this. If you have this multi-million-dollar tool to help you fix the game or reduce the mistakes, why would you use it in some occasions? Why would you use it whenever you pleased? Why not use it all the freaking time? That is my problem. VAR should be looking at every single thing in the game. Yes, even make it a little bit slower, but make it one or so. There cannot be a world in football where we're allowed some sort of subjectivity with VAR, and then be a world where there is no at all, like none at all. It has to be one or the other. You cannot be like in the middle, and that for me is a problem, because there's not a right implementation. Let me go back here into the comment for just a few minutes. Waste, for instance, he's saying here in the chat that Rafa Mir said himself, I think it's a penalty. They don't want it to be a penalty, but it's a penalty. The audacity low. That guy looks full on over his head, honestly. He looks like he has a vendetta against Barcelona. He was part of the Barcelona Academy, and you know what? There's a reason why you didn't make it, and there's a reason why you're playing now for Huesca on loan from Wolves. Surprise, surprise, right? Maybe the right attitude hasn't brought you to the right position. Preyumik saying Griezmann is actually getting criticized too much. I think Griezmann is okay. I think Griezmann is taking a different role in this Barcelona team, and precisely not that one of a finisher. In Atletico Madrid, it was completely different for him, because he was taking up the chances that now Messi would get. He's not, of course, trying to overstep Messi, because Messi can't be overstepped. So that is where we have a lot of problems. Amar saying, I'm done with VAR discussion. This is just expected at this point. That's pretty much it, right? There's no energy in us to try and even fight it. Siar Masin saying, Real Madrid could have lost, but of course, instead of paying Haaland and Mbappe, they're paying the referees. 2,000 IQ. I mean, that could be a legit strategy. Maybe we should use the money on Haaland to just buy our way to the Champions League. Maybe. Shara Chandra Keralikar saying, what are your thoughts on Griezmann's performance? I think Griezmann was okay. I think he was very good. I think that in this formation he has a different role, much more of the creator, and the thing that Messi is being kind of pushed further forward makes it so there's more opportunity for Messi to finish than actually Antoine Griezmann. And also on top of that, he's defending quite a lot. It will be very interesting to see how was this team operate if it was, for instance, Pedri, De Jong together, no Busquets, and then someone like Griezmann. I think our midfield would be even better, because Griezmann is a player that can play as a number 10 and can give you the kind of running of mileage, basically, to cover up spaces that someone like Busquets ain't simply gonna give you. Busquets has a lot of support. Of course, they don't play in the same position, but what I mean is that you have Pedri that is very committed, you have De Jong that is very committed, you add Antoine Griezmann on top of that, and you have a very committed midfield, something that we didn't have before. It's just we have to kind of test out and change to see what would be the best for us. Messi just responded to a Ronaldo hat-trick. And that's the thing. Messi responded to a Ronaldo hat-trick, but in a different way. Because Messi just does it out of pure fun. Messi does it out of pure joy. Well, Ronaldo has to do it because if not, he feels his world is going to end because all of the haters are going to be coming on to him. Ronaldo is an interesting character, I'll tell you that. He's an amazing player, but the reality is that it's shameless, honestly. How can you celebrate going like, look at me, hear me, oh my god, are you hear the criticism? Like, fuck off. Ashnoy Pereira saying, Dembele didn't really do anything today. Do you think that his PSG performance is affecting him? I think that, yeah, I feel that Dembele wasn't good today, and I do feel a little bit of worry like you, because in reality, Dembele has been a player that, let's say, I'm going to use Trincao just so we get a grasp of the thing. When the season started, Dembele looked way further in his career in the sense that his decision making was better. And let's say the games between Sevilla and everything from Sevilla, from the remontada against Sevilla, kind of further back, Dembele was incredible. His decision making was pretty good, and whenever he had the ball, he was just impressive. But the thing is that also now with Trincao started like that, but bad. His decision making was wrong, but now his decision making is better. So I actually do think that there's some argument to be made that Trincao could actually be put in the position of Dembele and maybe see what he could do or something like that. I do feel that at the end of the day, Trincao deserves more chances because Dembele ain't playing good right now. And for me, it's all about players who ain't playing good, get them out of the side, a little bit of a break. You don't have to scrutinize them. You don't have to feel they're done or they're wasted. You don't have to act like they need to be sold. Just let it be. Benched 1 or 2 games, come back, play better. I feel that's the thing that we need to do with Dembele. David Split saying, just the thought of Fatih, Haaland, Dembele and Messi is an attacking quarter that makes me wet. I feel that, look, right now we have Messi and we have Dembele and Griezmann. You put a proper striker in Haaland, replacing what Griezmann is. You put Ansu Fati, which has more of a deadly finisher's touch than Dembele, but still retains the speed. And then you put in Messi behind it, which is more creative, and all of those players that I just named combined. You're having a proper front three. And let me tell you guys, that front three can win anything. Anything. In this formation can win anything. In a 4-3-3, it can be debatable. I think this formation is actually better for all the players right now. I really like the 3-5-2. I think is one of the reasons why Barcelona is playing so good. It really is. Ali Abdallah 3310 saying, well, what do you think about our defense today? It was a bit shaky, don't you think? Yes, I do think that. I feel that Barcelona today weren't at the best, but mainly because of one player, and I think Busquets deserved a little bit of a rest today. Busquets was amazing in that game against PSG, and today he was a little bit sloppy. His passes weren't the best. Defensively, he was decent, but nothing over the top. And the same with Frenkie de Jong. Maybe it's a little bit of the adjustments that we need to make because certainly we kind of rested some players. Araujo, it's been a while. I think Araujo has never played in the back three before. It's the first time he's playing in this back three, so that's different. And then if you add, well, he did play against Sevilla, but like 14 minutes before he got injured again, so that doesn't count, right? So yeah, I do feel that we need to find some sort of stability there, find a back three that works. I'm going to be interested to see what Koeman does now. Is he... The thing here is also that Araujo, out of all the center backs that we have, is probably one of the worst when it comes to playing out from the back. He's not a player who's going to be driving the ball forward and beating a man. That is something that De Jong can give you. So it's going to be interesting. I honestly do feel De Jong is very good in the position of the kind of the highest of the back three of the field. I feel that's where he really is good because he's kind of like this regista role for him. It's going to be interesting to see if Araujo can adapt to that. Araujo is incredible in everything else. He's such a solid defender. But that is why, for instance, if we go to a 4-3-3, I feel that Araujo and Mingueza make a lot of sense because Mingueza is very good on the ball, very confident. The same with someone like Eric Garcia if he comes in. Eric Garcia is someone that just basically oozes smoothness with the ball at his feet. And it just tells you there are plenty of reasons why he continues to be called up for Spain, and Luis Enrique knows of his talent. Everybody does know. So I like them both. It's going to be interesting to see what they do and what Koeman's formation decides. Maybe Koeman decides to bench Lenglet, and maybe we play Araujo, Mingueza, Piqué, because Piqué could come in and take that position of De Jong. I see that. I feel that could happen. We play Mingueza to the right of Piqué, and then we play Araujo to the left. That could be really good. I think that's honestly now the best formation. I think that works a lot. Yeah, I like that. Araujo over Lenglet, and then keep Minguez in his position, and then when Piqué is fit, put him in. I feel that's perfect. What? Let me know in the chat now, guys. What would be your free center backs in the formation of FIFA back three? Anyhow, let's move onwards back to the chat. Let's see what we need to talk more of. Omar Jawar Nassar saying, what is special about Pedri or Moriba that's not in Ricky Puig? I have absolutely no idea, to be honest. I feel that out of all of those players, Ricky Puig is actually one of the most is he's probably the most talented. If we're talking about pure talent, raw on paper, he's probably the best. But I'm not too sure what is it that Koeman doesn't really like about him yet. I cannot put my finger on it. At the start of the season, we used the excuse that he wasn't the best all-around player, right? He wasn't the most committed into the defensive actions. That is something that still we're yet to see from him, an aspect to his game that is not there yet right now. But it's something that I do not honestly see. I don't know what it is. I would like to have someone tell me what it could be, because it just pains me. I just want to know. I just want to know, and hopefully the thing is that if we don't know, I want to know if Riqui Puig actually knows why he's not playing, because that's the thing. If Riqui Puig is just not playing because Koeman doesn't want him to play, that is a personal vendetta, like many of people have been saying, and that is something that we need to fix, and that is something that Koeman needs to fix with Riqui Puig. But then again, the thing is that why, if that's not the case, then there must be a reason why Riqui Puig doesn't play. There must be a reason why he didn't play against Valverde, with Valverde a lot. There must be a reason why he didn't play with Quique Setién. Well, he did play with Quique Setién, but a bit. So what is that thing that managers do not really trust about Riqui Puig? That is what we must find out. But not only us, Riqui Puig himself. Because imagine being a player and not knowing what you're doing wrong. That is the worst feeling I have ever had in my life, where you are there. It's like a relationship. Like when you're with a girl, with a guy, whatever. Let's say they're not talking to you, right? You're just before being like boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever, and you're talking to them, it's going all well, and then suddenly it goes blank. And you ask yourself, what did I do wrong? That is the thing that Riqui Puig must be asking himself about and finding out what he did wrong. Los Colchoneros, we got a super chat saying the next 6 games are pivotal in the title race. Yes, indeed. Are you an Atletico Madrid fan? Maybe, because you say Los Colchoneros and you have an Atletico Madrid badge on your profile picture for YouTube. So yeah. People are saying Firpo, Ronald, Araujo, and Mingueza. People are saying Piqué, Mingueza, Araujo. Mingueza can do the same as De Jong. I think Mingueza is very good with his feet indeed. But it honestly would be Piqué there in that formation. Piqué is even better. Buga, let's talk about we almost scored from a corner. Yeah, we did. Well, technically, we didn't score from a corner. Technically, it was Griezmann who passed it to Messi, or Pedri, I think it was, and then Messi just pinged the ball into Mingueza. People are saying, D-Nice saying Riqui Puig is too small. The coaches prefer someone bigger or stronger. Riqui Puig is too small. Puig, listen to Enrique's words on Pedri. It all has to do with his defensive side of the game. Puig is not good defensively. I agree. There's a very good quote with Luis Enrique now that he has been called up. And let's talk about that. Pedri has been called up to Spain. An 18-year kid, the same with Ansu Fati, had been called up for Spain. And the thing that Luis Enrique said there is that Pedri's all-around game is superb and that he's able to contribute in every single facet of the game, defensively especially. And that is very important when you're talking about defensive issues, because a defense in a team is something that is mostly systematic. The biggest thing in the world of football that is such a flaw or such a hoax is that people say that a defense is just about the center backs, just about the fullbacks. That is not true. It's about a system, because when you attack, you all attack together. Then why, when you defend, you don't defend together? So when you have a player that is not able to do those jobs defensively, and for instance, Messi is a player that most of the time we call him a luxury player, because he's a player that he's allowed to be more free and he doesn't have to carry on a proper mark, or he doesn't have to do all of that. In every single corner, he's just free. He's let go of any defensive responsibility duties. So that is fine because he's a luxury player. He's able to do so much in attack. You don't need him to defend. It's honestly a detriment to his game if he does. So then again, when we talk about another player, it may be, in this case, Riqui Puig. Riqui Puig then should be contributing. So if he isn't, then that's that is negative. 8744 saying, I don't believe we win La Liga until we win against the two Madrid clubs. I think that we will get closer to La Liga the moment we're able to sorry about that, we're able to put a good performance and especially go ahead and try to beat Real Madrid. Pico Panera says, this formation is so good for Barcelona, and the next season we will have Garcia, Araujo, Mingueza. This combo will be the wall. It really will. A name in weird letters says, I think Dembele didn't even have the confidence to even try to shoot and waited for the ball to pass and the position where he could pass. Waited the ball to roll and find position where he could pass. I agree with that 100% indeed. Like we mentioned, I feel that Dembele was affected a little bit by that game in PSG, and that is something that he needs to fix. It's just confidence. It's just confidence. Las questions de los Panenka FC. If you can find any decent Atletico fan channels, tell me. Say I want to beat Chelsea, but I don't mind getting KO'd. Okay. Oh, so you are an Atletico Madrid fan. Welcome to the club. One of my friends, his family is from Spain, right? His mom is from Spain, so his entire lineage is from Atletico Madrid, and they love celebrating that. Yo, if Koeman has personal problems, it's unprofessional and must get solved right now, or Koeman should get sacked. BugaLuis Dembele inside the box is simply weak. I think that as well. I think Dembele with space onto a runner. Let's say like the first goal that Dembele scored in the league against Sevilla. You remember the goal in the league, the pass from Messi from the middle of the midfield, just cutting through the entire Sevilla team and then reaching Dembele and Dembele running onto space and shooting. That is where Dembele is good. Dembele is not a striker. That is why that position honestly is suited more for someone like an Erling Haaland, a player that is a fast striker, pacey, that can act where the Dembele is so good as well, but also as a poacher inside the box. So that is why I just feel it's so good if we're able to get someone like him. Curtis Charles says here, this is precisely the names of Luis Enrique. He said about Pedri, about in general, he said, Luis Enrique said the following: what I like the most about Pedri is his tranquility, while being so ambitious, and the balance he has between attack and defend. That's a good way to say it, because he knows when to defend, when to attack. Todibo is better than Garcia. He might as well be better than Garcia, but I don't think he's gonna be Barcelona's plans anymore. So I feel that is something that we must get out of our heads right now, because that's a reality. That's a reality. I don't feel that Todibo will be coming anytime soon back to Barcelona. Aminesh001 saying, wait, what is this chat? The chat suddenly turned off. What? Aminesh001 saying, do you think Araujo can have a season like VVD had in 18-19 in the future? Well, certainly in the future, but now it's too easy to tell. Too soon to tell. What is this chat not working? What happened? This chat just died. I have no idea why it just died. The chat just died, bro. Just died. Give me a minute to fix this. Here's the chat. Why the hell is it not working? Just spam the chat now. I'll give you permission to spam. I want to see if it works or not. So I have absolutely no idea why it's not working. Anyhow, yeah, dude, it's there, but it's so flat. Do you see how freaking bad it looks? Let me fix this. It looks squashed. Sorry about that. Let me fix the chat. Okay, people are spamming tomatoes now, so that must be good. Okay, there we go. All the tomatoes, bro. All the tomatoes. Okay, Griezmann should play midfield box to box. Yeah, I don't think that's a thing should happen. I really don't see that happening. I feel Anton Griezmann is way too talented to be wasted in that position. If you wanted a player in that position, why not simply just get Wijnaldum? Really, right? If you're just gonna waste someone there, just get Gigi. Alan BU saying, if Ricky Puig, you can stop the spamming, by the way. If Ricky Puig can't play in the first team, send him to play in the B team. We do still need the name in the squad, and we can't no longer do that because he's been promoted. So He cannot play there anymore. It's like Riqui Puig cannot play there anymore. Ansu Fati cannot play there anymore. Mingueza can play. Araujo. I think Araujo. I don't know. I think Araujo. No, Araujo cannot play in the Barcelona B team. Mingueza can still. Riqui Puig can't. And yeah, that's how it is. Stop with the tomatoes. Where were you seeing Dembélé on the number 9 instead of Griezmann? That's from Andrew Selu. That is basically because of the pace. The pace that Dembélé has that Griezmann doesn't. Mandis Hose saying, what do you think Puig might be a bit jealous of Pedri? All this fame and attention was meant for me, Lamau. Maybe. That is something that maybe, but I have no idea. J Cave saying, Buga, look at our schedule. What schedule? Oh, okay, I thought like me and your schedule, and I'm like, we don't have a schedule, but you meant Barcelona. X Prime 10 saying, did Buga just say too talented? The fuck? What? Zachary Serrano says, should there be a challenge rule in soccer like with NFL and NBA? Challenge rule in the sense that you challenge the decision of the referee, right? I think that's what you mean. So basically in the NFL and the NBA, what happens is that there's a VAR check, or whatever it's called in their sport. And what you do then is that you're able to challenge that, or at least raise the notion that you need to look for that decision and appeal that. So that is something that I feel should make his way to football. I really would like that. Swarna Deep Gosh saying, Frankie de Jong, Ansu Fati, Pedri, Ronaldo Araujo, Trincao, Riqui Puig, Eric Garcia, Oscar Miguel, Señor Dest, Ilex Meriva, Haaland is the missing piece. It really is the missing piece because we don't have a striker like that. Barcelona hasn't produced a striker like that in a long while. So that is exactly a position that we need right now. But NKFC saying Real Sociedad will be a tough opponent, but I believe we can still beat them. I agree with you 100% as well. And plus, there's going to be a little bit of rest for some players. Like Messi is going to be getting rest because there's no CONMEBOL fixtures in this international kind of gap. So he's going to be free. So that's good. JSK saying Dembélé sad. Why didn't Koeman take him off and give him the day? I have no idea. Maybe he should have. Abba Said saying if Real Betis and Sevilla can win or draw against Atletico, that will be great. Yeah, that's really good. Koeman, please give Puig a chance. Alan Bijou, I watched all the video, but the first time you answer me. Is the first time you answer me? What do you mean? Yuashi Jr. says, should we promote Alex Vega next season? Yes, I think we should promote him next season. Anyhow, I want to check right now my points that I have here because there's, of course, a lot of that I'm going to be missing out. So we talked about Dembele, we talked about Griezmann, we talked about Messi. Did we talk about Messi? I'm kind of giving it for certain that we absolutely talk about Messi because that is something that we always talk about. Here's Koeman talking about that formation, which for me is good. The new formation with 3 defenders give us more defensive strength and we benefit more from the quality of our players. I agree perfectly with that as well. I feel that the formation that we have right now is so good because it acts to the benefits of our players rather than the detriment of them. And that's a perfect balance because before we were acting to the detriment, before we were playing a 4-4-2 or something like that. But now we actually are improving and doing something different. So I like that. I really, really do. So, wait. Yeah, that is it. What else do we have here? Let me see what other comments can I find. Pimix, could Araujo be an injury-prone player in the future? That is something that I'm worried about because Araujo has been injured plenty of times. He has already had 4 injuries this season, and that is not small. That really isn't small. Pico Pereira says, have you seen the video of Messi where he's annoyed by seeing fans around his car and he got angry on them? Yeah, I saw that, and it's honestly disgusting. I have absolutely no idea why people feel it's okay running onto people with camera on. Like, that is dumb. I have that, like, you may not believe me. Imagine, I have it done to me. I was walking in Bournemouth and I had a guy in a camera in McDonald's. I was with my friends making the line at McDonald's, and there was a guy filming me from like a table, and I'm like, I'm BugaLuis, I'm nobody. And imagine how it must feel for someone like Messi, for someone like that is just everybody knows who you are, and that must be a problem. That really must, and I feel sorry for that. I feel that you just do it once. You know what? Do it once. You don't have to repeat the same thing over and over again. Mateo Tolumi says, do you think that Coutinho will do better than Griezmann in the possession Grisi played today? Maybe they're very similar positions, and it's already a similar problem to that. Could work. Deliana Patlif saying, Pedri was clearly tired. Puig should have played from the start instead. I agree with you 100%. I really agree with you. Francis Ayim saying Pedri shouldn't have played, or at least started, because he was obviously very tired and jaded. He was dribbled past about 6 or 7 times, and he was constantly bullied physically. Same with Forbusi. I agree with you also 100%. I feel that Busquets should have been rested. Pedri also should have been rested, and we should have played probably Ricky Puig and Moriba instead, with Frankie de Jong there, or push Frankie de Jong further forward, or I don't know, it's different because they really wanted to stay with the back three. I really could see that Koeman was trying that. Why are there not producing strikers in La Masia? That's a good question, but I feel it's because of our style of play. Because Barcelona do need strikers, but in the lower levels, because Barcelona at the younger Juvenil, all of that, they play very good football. And it's easy to get past that and easy to open chances when the football is not at the best level. So that is why we really do not need that sort of qualities in football there. We don't face teams that sit in a low block that much when you're in Juvenil A or Juvenil B. When you are in the first division of football, that is, of course, something that is going to be much of a problem. Anyhow, guys, I don't know what else you really want to talk more about. We've talked a lot about this today. I just want to give you a quick update on what we're doing for the channel before closing up, honestly. I feel that to be completely honest with you guys, I've been slowing down a little bit of production. I'm changing the room suddenly, so now I'm going to be doing lives in my other room. So that's going to be changing. We're going to be doing it the black screen like we do our normal videos. And the other thing that I wanted to let you know is that we are preparing right now a video on strikers. So we're talking about the alternative that Barcelona can find as strikers in Agüero or Depay. And then we're also going to be doing a video where we're going to be devising the perfect formula to try and get Erling Haaland. So that is going to be very interesting because we're going to be going players that we need to sell and how we might get that player. Because the more that time passes by, I do feel it's possible. I really do feel it's possible. Erling Haaland to Barcelona, that just sounds so freaking good. It really does. But anyhow, quickly I'm going to talk about this because the guy is clearly spamming. Overlord King saying, what do you think about the Hill guy who's from loan from Sevilla? I think it's good, but it's already a position that we have in multiple positions. Like we have the problem with Ricky Puig. Brian Hill will be feeling in the same problem. So that is something that we need to fix. There is no way that we can bring Brian Hill without letting some other people go. So indeed, yeah, that's going to be it for now. And I feel that I'll see you in the next one. It's been a shorter live stream, but we've talked about it all. We've really talked about it all. And I'm happy for that. So indeed, see you in the next